Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today's topic is more of a discussion rather than a fact based or opinion based thinking. So, the topic is pretty simple. Why does modern life feel so mentally fragmented or rather mentally dissatisfied? So, let's start with what modern life means. So, as far as I am concerned, I define modern life based on certain criterias. For example, if you are living in a city rather than a rural area and you are constantly in a hurry and surrounded by a lot of stimulating factors, then I think that defines pretty close to modern life. But the mental aspect of human being applies to the rural people as well. So this video in general, the topic that we are going to discuss applies to everyone irrespective of their geography. So that is the basic definition of what modern life means. One of the most important factors of mental health or mental life being so fragmented is social media. So social media gives us that constant pressure of competing with other random people who we are never going to meet in real life. So when we scroll on social media, especially Instagram, we are constantly bombarded with the life of other people or strangers, which indirectly affects our lives in a way that it makes us feel that we are losing on opportunities and we are losing on life. But in reality, we are doing fine in our lives. We may be even doing better, but that constant bombarding of reels and success posts and achievement posts gives us that kind of insecurity that no, I must be doing something wrong. This image or this video or this particular announcement sounds exciting, sounds more than what I am doing. So I think that is kind of dangerous because it blinds us from what truly is happening in our life, and it keeps us in this constant illusion that the grass is greener on the other side, and we kind of believe it. And that is the reason why we are constantly under this stress that oh no, I am left behind, I must do something to get ahead. And this competition, there is really no end to it because this competition is nothing but an illusion, and there will always be someone who will have something better than you, and social media kind of explodes that fact. So I think the main reason why the modern life feels so mentally fragmented is because of social media, because it takes away our peace and it takes away our ability to make terms with our own reality. It takes us into a world which doesn't really exist except for the social media itself. I mean, think about it. The post that you're watching or the video that you're watching, it does exist. It happened on this planet, right? It must be shot somewhere. But it exists because of that Instagram app. If that app wasn't there, you wouldn't have come to know about that video. That video is not superior to your life, which actually exists and impacts your life. So I think that is one of the most important factor of disturbance in our mental health. Of course, I agree social media has its advantages as well, but those advantages are kind of overlooked right now, or rather, I should say they are overpowered by the disadvantages. So, yeah, that is the number one point. Now, the second point is, since we are triggered by this social media and this illusion of achieving everything, we are constantly in a hurry to reach everywhere, and we are constantly in a sense of urgency to do everything at every time. And that kind of breaks us from our family, and no wonder why modern people, men and women both, and even other gender people, they are kind of hesitant to start a family, their own family. I'm not talking about extended family, their own nuclear family. Now, I do agree that there are many factors involved, such as cost of living, education for the children, retirement plan, and affordable housing. That is acceptable. I know, I understand. But the main key driver of making the decision to get married or to start a family is the sense of peace that you have within yourself. Now, what do I mean by sense of peace? When you don't have that urgency or that pressure to do everything and to be better than everybody else, you think beyond yourself, as in you invest your time on other people and you invest your energy to raise other human beings, which is nothing but children. Having a family and raising kids is a time consuming and energy consuming task. But since we are so absorbed in all of this, we are unable to focus here. We are left with zero energy and zero time to start a family. Now, why did I choose to add family or having kids as part of mental health? Is pretty simple. Across the world, loneliness has become a problem, and loneliness, majority of it is not because of lack of people, but because of lack of expression. What I mean by that is, you must have come across times when you are surrounded with 20 people but you still feel lonely, you still feel like something is missing, you still feel like you are alone. That happens when you don't have the ability to express, as in you are constantly in your thoughts, or you are not present at that moment, you are mentally somewhere else, or you are stressed. Lack of expression means not just to talk with people, but to experience the feelings that are going within you and to let them out in form of words, in form of conversation, or in form of just being there with other people, or rather just being present among other people. So having people, your friends, your family, your kids or your parents near you and expressing is very important for a good mental health. That is what I believe. I am not personally good at doing these things. I am also learning. But I think this should be one of the most important factors that mental health needs to be, the area of mental health needs to focus on. Having people around you and talking to those people, or rather expressing yourself in front of those people without the fear of getting judged. Now I know that yes, people do judge and it's natural, but forget about them or their ability to judge. Simply express yourself for your own benefit. And yeah, there are multiple forums on social media and on Reddit, I guess, wherein you can connect with people who are going through these circumstances and eventually better each other's lives. Of course, chronic depression also exists, which I totally agree. It is a totally different thing, and I think you should consult a psychiatrist if you are constantly depressed or feeling lonely. But remember, there is always help. Yeah, these are the things that I think are the most contributing factors towards the mental health of modern life. And yeah, if you have any other thoughts, let me know, and let's have a healthy discussion further. Thank you. Bye.